I may have discovered the perfect wide-fitting football boot. Far too often you get wide-fit boots and they're just not offering the same level of performance, the same level of stability, of lockdown as other boots, because quite simply they're focused on width and they're not giving you any of the performance characteristics that you're looking for. A lot of wide-footed people are looking at the New Balance 442 V2 Pro, which I think is a great boot, but it's definitely that old classic style of boot. They're looking at the Copa Mundial and things like this, which again, an old classic leather style of boot. But what if we could have that width with some performance? Now, a lot of you, if you've already worked out what this boot is, might be thinking I am absolutely crazy because this is the New Balance 442 Elite. And if you've tried this boot, if you've seen my review of this boot, you know that I don't think it's particularly excellent for wide feet because it just doesn't have a wide enough forefoot area and it definitely lacks a bit of volume. Haha! Not anymore, he says, because this is the New Balance 442 Elite in the wide fit. Now again, if you know the channel, if you follow me, you know that I have a wider foot and the fit on this is fantastic. For me, the difference between the fit and comfort I get out of this and the fit and comfort I get out of the regular 442 Elite is night and day. The regular 442 Elite, I even recommend, potentially, I did so in the video, going up half a size if you have the wider foot. Here, absolutely not. This is such a wonderful, close but accommodating fit throughout the whole boot, and I think it is incredible. Now, we do have to take into account that this doesn't have a floating tongue setup, so this is very much a one-piece knit, which isn't as friendly to people who have a wider midfoot, but it stretches out nice and wide, and I think this is great. There's even a bit of extra volume through the toe box when compared to the regular width 442 Elite, and you get all of the wonderful benefits of this boot. So you're taking something like the 442 Pro and making it more modern. You've got a slightly thinner, yet with a still elegant touch, amazing synthetic leather through the whole boot. You've got a good amount of stability, much better lockdown than you'd get on the 442 Pro, a much better heel shaping in my opinion as well than the 442 Pro, and yes, there is a small letdown here in the outsole is actually exactly the same, and I'd love to see something that's a little bit more modern or a little bit more, I don't know, inventive. I was going to go with ingenious and I got confused. A little bit more inventive in the outsole as well, rather than copying it over from what is a much cheaper boot. But you're getting so many benefits and at the same time a wider fit, which I must say makes this boot so comfortable. This takes this boot genuinely from a boot that I wouldn't take into a game because I think it has loads of great elements, but it just does not suit my wide foot, to a boot that I would happily put in the boot bag as the replacement for my Asics boots, which is crazy, right? So I'm not saying it's better than those. I'm just saying that my go-to is the Asics DS Lite X-Fly Pro 3. It's always in the bag in case I go to a game testing a pair of boots and that boot turns out being painful or I don't like it and I need to swap. I would happily make this my swap boot, the boot that I put on with no worries and absolutely delivers. I think really the message that I'm putting out here is that if you are interested in the New Balance 442 Elite, or you just need a wide-fitting football boot that's a little bit more modern but has a really great fit and comfort, you definitely need to consider looking at this boot. I think it is really, really good for us wide-footed folk. For sizing, if you are wondering, I would absolutely go true to size with these, which for me is a 26 centimeter boot. So I have a 26 centimeter long foot. I buy the 26 centimeter long boot, which is a US 8, UK 7.5, EU 41.5 in New Balance. We'll always use the centimeter sizing, correspond that to the Japanese sizing, and that will give you the most accurate fit. And that is what I have gone for here, and it is excellent. If you want a more in-depth breakdown of the pros and cons of the 442 Elite, of course get subscribed to the channel, where you can also pick up my full review of this boot by clicking this video here, and the only difference between this and that is all the size and shape information that I just gave you.